You no longer have to struggle or suffer. Or all of us, we no longer have to struggle, suffer to understand who we are, understand our world, because the order of the universe is here, and that's what I was given. It is May 7th of 2026, and I didn't believe myself either, and neither did most people, especially my family and everyone around me. How could I have been given the order of the universe? How could that be something that would make a difference in your life? But I happen to know that that is absolutely true. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been born. I just happen to be the one to receive the blueprint for you to live a great life and for our world to continue to evolve. Now, I always wanted to believe that that was true since I was a child, and I couldn't understand why my life was so challenging and difficult, and then how it healed, because I was given the information that could heal you and our world. Now, everyone's not going to believe that because I didn't believe it, but I have to now because I was forced to. Sometimes it feels that way when you don't want to do that thing that you were given to bring to the world, and then you feel pushed, and you could be feeling that today because most of us will be. That is the order that I was given. But this is the day that I'm also changing. Because, see, I have the work that could take any person to living this really wonderful, great life and becoming who they could be and making a contribution to the world, but they have to want to do it. They have to want to become great. They have to want to become all that they could be, and this work will have that happen. We will resist, though, because I did that. How could I have spent 37 years sitting down and receiving this information, and then it was all aligned with the changes in the universe, speaking on the changes that we're currently moving through, and I was given the solution. And I've said this so many times, and most people will look at it and or hear me and think that doesn't even make sense. But today you will be hard pressed to do that because I'm going to give you the 4 days of the messages that I was instructed to put together, and you will see my disbelief. You will see how I couldn't accept what was happening until the other day when I started walking better. I always know when I'm coming into alignment of who I am because something physical changes in my body, and the same could happen for you. But I will tell you, there is no difficulty in your life that you're moving through that does not also have the solution. There is nothing that has happened to you that has ever been wrong, bad. You just have to reinterpret it. And there's nothing happening in our world that's accidentally. We just have to discover how to interpret it and how to use it to cause our lives to become better and also the world. And that's what I was given. And I hid from it for years, like you might have hidden from yourself. This is why I was the reluctant mystic. And then I had to accept that I had been given this huge job that I'd been ignoring for 26 years now, because that's how long I've known. But today I can no longer do that, and neither will you. Because if I give you this information and you still continue to struggle or suffer in your life, that means that you just don't care about yourself. You just don't want to become happy. You don't want to become successful. And I can say that because I know it's true. And you'll just look at me and think, no, that's not possible. I have all these difficulties. Yeah, I had them all, and they're gone because this work brought it through, and it'll do the same for any person. So now I can send this to everyone who did not understand what I was doing, why I was doing this work, and then also why I was screwing up so much stuff. Because this was too big for me to own. How could I have done this? I am this savant with this incredible skill, and I had to accept that I was a genius, and I had to accept that I healed, and I had to accept that anyone who would use this work would do the same thing. That was a bit too much because I had to move through my limitation, which was a generational blockage because I thought, how could a person who looks like me have done this? But I did. And that's what I'm owning. And I'm going to also start valuing it. This is why I'm changing today. And so I'm only going to work with people who are willing to move forward and who are willing to invest in themselves because they know that it's going to bring them the results. That's what I'm doing today. At 75 years old, there is not a single person on the planet who could tell me that this did not happen. I tried to tell myself it didn't happen, but I can no longer do that. You will have difficulty as well after you go through this information. And then you will also have difficulty living with yourself if you don't use what's available and what I am offering today to move your life forward. It will just say that you don't want to be happy and successful and abundant. That's all. I'll see you soon.